Right now, inside your body, something incredible is happening. Millions of cells are dividing with perfect precision, repairing, rebuilding, and keeping you alive. But sometimes one of them forgets the rules. It doesn't stop when it should. It refuses to die when its job is done. And that single rebellious cell, that tiny act of defiance, is where cancer begins. It doesn't start loud or dramatic. It starts quietly, deep within you, with one cell deciding it knows better than the body that created it. So what is cancer, really? It's not one disease. It's a family of more than 100 related ones that all begin the same way, when a normal cell stops listening to the body's commands. Most of the time, your body is like a perfectly organized city. Old cells clock out, new ones clock in, and the balance keeps everything running smoothly. But cancer is the worker who refuses to clock out and then convinces others to do the same. Before long, that orderly city becomes a chaotic construction zone that never stops building. That non-stop growth can form a lump called a tumor. Some tumors are harmless, benign, they stay put. But malignant tumors are different. They invade nearby tissues and sometimes hitch a ride in your bloodstream to find new places to grow. And here's something most people don't realize. Not every cancer forms a lump. Blood cancers like leukemia and lymphoma spread through the body's own highways, the blood and lymph systems. At the center of it all is DNA, your body's rule book. Every cell follows its instructions to know when to divide, when to rest, and when to die. But that code gets damaged all the time by sunlight, cigarette smoke, chemicals, and sometimes just random copying errors. Usually, your body catches these mistakes and repairs them fast. But if enough slip through, the system breaks. A once obedient cell loses control of its brakes and steering. It keeps dividing when it shouldn't and ignores every signal to stop. That transformation doesn't happen overnight. It can take years, even decades, for enough DNA damage to build up for cancer to appear. That's one reason age is one of the biggest risk factors. More time means more chances for tiny mistakes to add up. So what pushes a cell over the edge? It's rarely just one cause. It's a mix of genetics, environment, and lifestyle. Some people inherit risky mutations like BRCA1 or BRCA2 that raise the odds of breast or ovarian cancer. The environment matters too. Radiation, air pollution, asbestos, or industrial chemicals can all damage DNA over time. Then there's lifestyle. Smoking, heavy drinking, processed foods, and inactivity all raise risk. The good news? Healthy choices do the opposite. Eating fruits and vegetables, staying active, and avoiding tobacco lower the odds dramatically. Even infections can play a role. HPV can cause cervical and throat cancers. Hepatitis B and C can increase liver cancer risk. Chronic inflammation, when the body's healing system stays switched on for too long, can also create an environment where mutations thrive. But here's the most important truth. Having risk factors doesn't mean you'll get cancer, and having none doesn't mean you're immune. Risk isn't destiny, it's a nudge. Understanding those nudges helps you make better choices and catch problems early. You might never see or feel these changes happening, and that's why regular checkups and screenings matter. They catch the invisible before it becomes irreversible. When cancer spreads, doctors call it metastasis. Picture seeds carried on the wind. Most land where nothing grows, but a few find soil rich enough to take root. Cancer cells do the same. They break away from the original tumor, travel through the blood or lymph, and start new colonies elsewhere. If breast cancer spreads to the bones or lungs, it's still breast cancer at its core. That identity matters because treatments are based on where it started, not where it ends up. Doctors use stages to describe how far cancer has spread. Stage 0 or 1 means it's small and contained. Stage 2 or 3 means it's grown larger or reached nearby lymph nodes. Stage 4, metastatic cancer, means it has travelled to distant organs. Hearing the word cancer can make the world feel smaller, but the next steps are about answers and clarity, not panic. Imaging tests like X-rays, CT scans, MRIs, and PET scans help doctors see inside the body. A biopsy, a small piece of tissue examined under a microscope, confirms what those scans suggest. Blood tests can check for tumour markers or organ function. Once they know the type and stage, your care team builds a plan made specifically for you. Feeling scared or overwhelmed is completely normal, but understanding what's happening gives you something fear can't take away: control. Today, doctors fight cancer in many ways, often using several treatments together. Surgery removes tumors caught early. Radiation uses focused energy to destroy cancer cells. Chemotherapy travels through the body to target fast-dividing cells, both cancerous and some healthy ones too, which is why side effects happen. But newer treatments are changing the game. Immunotherapy trains your immune system to recognize and attack cancer cells it used to ignore. Targeted therapy zeroes in on specific genetic changes inside those cells. Hormone therapy cuts off the hormones that certain cancers depend on, like breast or prostate cancer. CAR T-cell therapy reprograms a patient's own immune cells to hunt down blood cancers. Liquid biopsies can find traces of tumor DNA in a simple blood sample, helping doctors catch cancer earlier than ever. Artificial intelligence is helping radiologists spot patterns in scans that human eyes might miss. And precision medicine, matching treatments to the unique genetic fingerprint of a tumor, is turning one-size-fits-all into made-to-measure. Together, these treatments form what's called multimodal therapy, a combination approach designed to hit cancer from multiple angles. There's no single recipe because every cancer and every person is different. The good news is that earlier detection and more precise treatments have improved outcomes across many cancers. More people than ever are living longer, fuller lives after diagnosis. Cancer isn't just a medical journey. It's emotional, spiritual, and deeply human. Many people continue to work, laugh, and make plans while in treatment. Support from loved ones, counselors, and survivor groups makes a world of difference. Small daily choices, nutritious food, gentle movement, real rest, help restore energy and mood. Practices like meditation, prayer, or journaling can calm the storm inside. After treatment, follow-ups help doctors track recovery and catch any signs of recurrence early. But survivorship is more than appointments. It's resilience, learning to move forward even when the path feels uncertain. Cancer may be part of your story, but it never gets to be the whole book. The future of cancer care is moving fast, and it's filled with hope. None of this erases how hard cancer can be, but every new discovery makes it more survivable, more treatable, and less mysterious. Cancer can still be frightening, but understanding what's happening inside your body takes away its biggest weapon: fear. Knowledge gives you power. Power to ask sharper questions. Power to make informed decisions. Power to hold on to hope. Millions of people around the world are living with or beyond cancer today because of science, early detection, and human determination. If this helped you see cancer more clearly, share it with someone who might need that same clarity. Because knowledge spreads faster than fear, and when knowledge spreads, hope grows. The more we understand, the more power we have to protect our health, support each other, and keep moving forward.